what's going on? Oh my Lord, come on. Jeez, stupid camera. I love it. I love the camera. There you go. What's going on? Strat Soldier here for the weekend shift. Stupid camera. If you was wondering if this is a live show or not, it's live. If you are out there making videos, trying to do your own, I got weekly stock char. He's out here making fishing videos, and if something like that happens in your show, you edit that out. I can't edit that out. This is a live show, daggone it. I got a new shirt. I need to make this smaller because I wanted this thing like fit in the shot, you know, but it doesn't. So I'm gonna have to deal with it, you know. But weekend shift, the Strat. Hopefully these will be coming out here soon, you know, for everybody. If you want one, let me know. Like maybe we could do a little pre-order thing. That'll definitely help get them done faster. But I'm gonna have to like shrink this down, move this up because I want it to be in the shot, like. You know what I mean? I'm going to have to like take my camera and put it in like the living room for this thing to like, for it to be in the shot. What the heck? Anyway, yeah, it's a live show. We got Terry Baker in the house. Back up, Terry. It's 4th of July. It's 4th of July weekend, and I love it. And Terry, if you don't know Terry's been trading the Strat for a long time. And Terry Baker was in the coaching session here an hour ago, and we had a good time talking about the Strat. And there's that famous video of this guy in a motorized wheelchair. I'm not saying anything bad about the real Terry Baker. I'm just saying, and he's sitting too close to these fireworks, and these fireworks go off, and he can't get his chair to move, like his motorized chair to go back fast enough, and he just freaks out. He just like sits there and takes it, boy. And fireworks right in the face, and I don't know, this his nephew or somebody's like, back up, Terry, back up. Anyway, I've been saying back up Terry since 2022. Anyway, he's here. He's doing some great things, and we had a great time talking about rev strats and time frame continuity or actionable signals. I'm sorry, actionable signals and some other good stuff too, and his own personal questions as well. So get into we're here on YouTube. Look at the weekend shift. Look at the weekend shift crew membership level. Look at the Strat Warrior level. That's where you get those coaching sessions, and that's also where you get the macro video. I'm going to be doing a macro video here, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, just because of timing. But we're going to be looking for actionable signals on the quarterly and yearly charts. Okay. The Strat works on all time frames. Let me see who else I got out here. I got Beach Bum in the house. I got Quigley Betts in the house. Quigley. That's a heck of a name right there, Quigley, boy. You gotta be a tough dude named Quigley. You can't just walk up in hey, what you do? What's your name, Quigley? And you can't be no like, I'm gonna say sissy. Don't be no sissy named Quigley. You gotta be tough. I remember that movie. Was it? Oh man. Was it Quigley? I want to say there was a movie back in the day, this guy in Australia, Quigley. Anyway, he was a tough dude. That's what I remember. He was a tough dude. And you can't be named Quigley and be no punk. So anyway, it's good to see you in here. Beach Bum, Terry Baker, back up Terry. That's right, Quigley. Back up Terry. And Terry Baker's back up in them calls. That's where he's at. That's exactly where he's at. So, go check those out. And then before I get too far into this, go check out the Strat Camp, thestratsoldier.com. That's where you're going to find out everything about the Strat. This is Justin Davis. He's a member he's a Strat Warrior, member of the YouTube channel as well, and learning some good things. And he was in the Strat Camp webinar in April, and he's doing amazing stuff. I don't want to tell all his business, so I'll let him do that for you. I'll let him tell you. Go ask him, okay? Go ask him. But anyway, he does these challenges, and his personal challenges. He'll start a new account, and he put $100 in there, and he's up to 1,000 right now. And I'm telling you, that's what it's all about. I love that because he's creating those winning positions, adding to them, and defending them with tight stops, and then he's keeping the money, and that's what it's all about. I don't care if you're making buku money during the week. If the next week you come in and you flash out all your wins, you did nothing, okay? I don't care if you're making small wins. And for those people that are like, well, I'm not making these, $2,000 wins every day, or every week or every month. I get it. That's fine. Me neither. But those small numbers add up to big numbers, all right? That stuff compounds, okay? Keep getting those base hits. Keep building up those wins. Okay, and then I talk about this in the Strat Camp webinar. Okay, if you always want to have a daily loss limit. Okay, and if you're like, okay, we're going to make the numbers easy. Okay, you make $100, bam, $100. The next few trades the losses cannot exceed $100, right? Or else you break even, scratch, you get nothing, right? And you definitely don't want it to go below $100. Or because or below zero, because now you're really losing, right? So you want to make sure you have those stops in place to go, okay, the Monday was great, Tuesday was Wednesday I took a loss, Thursday, Friday, those were winning days, all right? And you want to, at the end of the week, for example, if you're a weekly day trader looking for the week, or just take a person that takes weekly signals, you want to be green at the end of the week, all right? And that goes for months, quarters, yearly charts. If you're trading really small intraday charts, that's the same thing too. You don't want to, if you're just a day trader and you are bam, first hour of the day you waited your 15 minutes, you waited your 30 minutes, and then you took a reversal to the upside. You're making money. Boom! That very first hour, you paid yourself. You made some good money on that first hour, and then you don't want the next coming hours to eat up your wins, all right? You can take a couple losses. You can give some back, but don't give it all back. No. We don't give it all back. That's the mother suckers. We don't do that crap. Stuff happens, all right? But we don't give it all back. And that daily loss limit, whatever it is, that daily loss limit is going to stop you from, for the swing traders, it's going to stop you from, and day traders, but for the swing traders, it's important for you too, because it's going to stop you from wiping out all your profits from the weeks, from the days, from the months. If you just trade stocks and you have a small account, you don't want to wipe out 6 months worth of wins on one gamble. You know what I mean? Or 6 months worth of wins on a scenario 3 on the week or the month because you didn't have those stops in there. Remember Google? Remember when Apple said, "Hey, we're going to stop using Google"? And Google took that really big, this candle's huge. We'll go look at it if you want to look at it. But it took a big dive to the lows, all right? You don't want to be that person there going, man, I should have took my profits, man. I should have, I wiped out all this money. You don't want to be that person, okay? You learn that in the Strat Camp webinar. I also have courses. I also have a new ebook. Go check that out, and then go look at Combat Load. That's going to get you everything on the site all at once. Anyway, this is Justin Davis. I always get stuck doing this the wrong way. This is, there it is. There's Justin Davis. I always do it wrong. No, this way. You see it on the screen. Anyway, Justin Davis doing good things. I got just a couple more minutes in my intro. I got 2 more. Let's see who else is out here. We got the Beach Bum in the house. Quigley out here having a good time. And then Kevin Bird. Bird is the word from Cali. Good morning. Go check out that, Kevin Bird, go check out that coaching session. I got some good stuff. I talk about Rev Strats and I talk about, show that investment team that thing. Consistency is key. Quigley says that's right. Consistency is key. I got one more minute. Let me put the link in the chat, and then we'll get to what's been happening in the broader averages. You guys know how it goes. And then, because Quigley, I've never seen him in here before, we are going to, I'll go through I'll slow it down, and I'll slow down what I'm talking about, because this is the weekend shift. We talk about what happened last week. We're going to talk about what did happen, what was supposed to happen, and then we're going to talk about actionable signals for next week. And then I'll talk about the strat scenarios, just so you know what's going on. Good morning, Marlon B. What's going on? Marlon B. in the house. I got one more minute. Hey, Marlon, I'm working on these coffee cups, man. I don't want to do the print. I don't want to do the print on demand like coffee cup thing because now I'm paying it for a subscription for, you know, just for have these like, well, maybe somebody will buy a coffee cup. So I got to buy these suckers in bulk. Man, I got to buy like 1,500 coffee cups. I'm gonna have 1,500 coffee cups in my garage, waiting for Marlon B to buy one. But it's better than having a subscription to whatever, I don't know, Shopify. Heck yeah. Oh, and for the Strat Warriors and the Weekend Shift crew, if you go down, you'll see we got our own emojis. Oh my gosh, there we got the Strat Soldier logo. We got Mario with a hammer. Uh-oh, we got Brent in the house. Brent probably at work with his shocks on, doing some stuff. I need to get some more emojis in there, but you got some emojis. Order some from Baba. Yeah, Baba. Yeah, oh man. Goodness, Toomey, all that stuff. Yeah. So anyway, Weekend Shift t-shirt, Marlon B coming soon. The icon, this thing is way too big. I need to shrink this up and move this up because I wanted this to actually fit in the screen. So it looks like, hey, I'm doing my show. What is this? It's this. It doesn't fit, so I got to get a new one. But anyway, I got to get a different one. So anyway, the Weekend Shift t-shirt coming soon to a closet near you. Let's look for those. Let's talk about what we looked at. What happened last week? Let's do it. All right, when I trade, I have all 4 time frames up just like this: the monthly, the weekly, the daily, and the 60. And this shows me what? Say it out loud.
Perfect.
Nope, that's not it.
Time frame continuity.
That's it. Time frame continuity. Time frame continuity. And time frame continuity is like the weather. Quigley, time frame continuity is like the weather. It's always there. What we want to do with time frame continuity is we want to see if the charts are green or red. Who's in control, the buyers or the sellers? Okay. So you know, you're new, so I'm gonna try really hard not to talk too fast, but I also can't bore the Weekend Shift crew. So right now, this is what it's green on the month, green on the week, green on the day, and then green anytime these 60-minute charts were green. It was full time frame continuity to the upside. Full time frame continuity to the upside. All right, that means they're buying on the month, they're buying on the week, they're buying on the day, and anytime these 60s were green, they were buying it right then. Okay, now we knew we were looking for all-time highs, and it did it. It went above 616. That's good. And then they took some profits around lunchtime and then went right back in it. All right, so all these people are like, you know, I told you we should have shorted it. I told you we should have bought puts. And then it worked for a couple hours, and at the end of the day, they're getting murdered because they're like, you know, holding on. It's going to keep crashing. Don't worry about it, guys. It's going to keep crashing, man. Nah, you're losing now, all right? But if you traded this up, made some money on the downside, and then cut it when you saw this hammer form, and then closed as a hammer, and then took some money, and then created another winning position above 612.74. You made all kind of money, all right, both ways. We call that a country and western, all right, country and western. The price action is going up and down, you know, and you know you're making money both ways. It's like a little do-si-do, lee-diddle-dee-diddle-dee-diddle-dee. Don't you be making no clips of that and putting that crap on Twitter. I know you guys. Marlon B, I know you're going to do it. Don't you do it. Dub Jones in the house, Grand Rising, King and Queens. You have to take them profits. That's right, Quigley. You have to take them. You have to take them. Let's see here. So full time frame continuity to the upside. That means the buyers are in control. All right. We always look at who's in control. And let me go through the strat scenarios real quick, because the strat scenarios are very easy concept to learn. So we trade the strat here on the Weekend Shift. We trade the strat. I do talk a little bit of technical analysis. I don't do any of that ICT crap. All right, that voodoo crap. We're not looking for fair value gaps. We're not looking for order blocks and all that other voodoo crap. What we do is quantifiable, meaning it's measured on the chart. I'm not going to tell you to look for something that if you look at it this way and maybe if you measure these two, no, it's quantifiable. All right, and we are quantitative traders. All right, so let me go through the strat scenarios really quick for Quigley. If you are also new to the strat, put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat because I don't want to talk too fast. That's my timer letting me know, hey man, hurry up. All right, so in the strat we look for 3 universal truths. All right, 3 universal truths that work in anything that trades: actionable signals, time frame continuity, and broadening formations. Okay. Actionable signals, time frame continuity, broadening formations. We already talked about time frame continuity. We'll be talking about actionable signals in the second half of the show, and also broadening formations. Okay. The key also, one of the keys to simplifying what we look at and how we talk about the strat and how we talk about our stocks is the strat scenarios. The strat scenarios are 3 candle formations that we look for that we combine to create the strat reversals. Okay, and those that we want to trade reversals. Why? Because we want to take out other people's stops. We want to, then taking out those stops speeds up liquidity in our favor. Okay, so this is a scenario 1. Notice that a scenario 1 does not take out either side of the previous range, and previous range meaning this candle to the immediate left. Okay, inside bar, scenario 1 doesn't take out either side of the previous range. Kevin Bird had a good question in the coaching session a couple weeks ago. He said, well, what if you have a candle that has the same bottom or the same close at the bottom or the same close at the top? It doesn't take out the previous range. Is that still an inside bar? Yes, because it did not take out the highs or the lows. Now, in technical analysis, you have a situation where that's called like a tweezer. I understand that. But in the strat, it has to take out either the highs or the lows to be considered the next scenario, and I'll get to that in a second. But this is a scenario 1. Doesn't take out the highs or the lows. And yes, we count the wicks, or shadows, I'm sorry. We count the shadows because somebody traded this above 607.38 and they got stopped out. The price traded there. Same thing down here. The price all the way down to 606.07. Somebody bought that. Somebody bought puts on that. Somebody bought, whatever, and they got triangled out on that. Triangled out meaning they bought that position, and then the very next candle, now they're in a losing position. Okay, they got triangled out. I'll talk more about that soon. I'm going to try to keep the jargon to a minimum. 2 up. A scenario 2 up takes out the highs of the previous range. So here's your previous range, takes out the highs. 2 up. Okay, 2 up. 2 down. Yes, that's right. 2 down. See, I knew you would come up with that immediately. 2 down takes out the lows of the previous range. 2 down. Now, colors of the charts matter. All right, colors of the bar matters. It does not matter in the strat if this is red or green to identify the candle, but we want to know if this is green or red. All right, when we start talking about reversals, I don't want to take something that goes 2-2 reversal back up. You're like, yeah, I took a 2-2 reversal back up, and then you find out, you look at it again, you're like, this is all red. That means you're in a losing position. Okay, I know you know how to trade Quigley, so I'm not trying to make you look dumb or feel dumb, but when it's green, it's going up. When it's red, it's going down. All right, green means buy, red means sell. Green means they're buying, red means they're selling. I know you know that, okay? Here's a good example of a green 2 down. All right, it did go 2 down. It did take out the lows of this previous range, but on a smaller time frame, this is a 1 hour, so maybe the 15 minute, maybe the 5 minute, the sellers got what they wanted and it started moving back up. Another thing that we in the strat, I'm gonna hit this next scenario in just a second. We don't say bounce. Marlon B, I swear if you put bounce in there, I'm coming to Salt Lake City and we're fighting. Price does not bounce, okay? So we're not looking for price to get to some SMA or some fair value gap or some VWAP. We're not waiting for it to get to a certain imaginary line and then move to the other side, all right? It doesn't hit those lines, those trend lines that we use and the indicators that we use. We look for signals, but we don't just, oh, it hit the golden ratio, it hit the golden cross. Now it's gonna reverse back up on our Fibonacci's, it has to. Price does not bounce, all right? Price aggregates. For every buyer, there has to be a seller, and every seller, there has to be a buyer. JJ's in the house. What's going on, JJ? We were just talking about price aggregation. Price aggregates. It does not bounce. Marlon B's going to put it in there. I know it. I'm going to get in my car, and I'm driving to Salt Lake City. So price aggregates, right? So remember that. And we always try to make sure our language is consistent, okay? So we got some 2 downs. And the third scenario, scenario 3, is when it takes out both sides of the previous range. Both sides of the previous range. Notice I got it highlighted. I got it highlighted for a reason. Pepsi's a bounce. I'm coming after you. Let's see, that's so funny. Marlon B say, do it. Come on, get me there. Scenario 3. Scenario 3 takes out both sides of the previous range, the highs and the lows, okay? And this is where people get wrecked because you got a trading plan that says we're going long and it's working. All right, shooting star. We call this a shooting star. We call it a shooter in the strat, but all right, shooter. All right, it doesn't go in force. It keeps going up. All right, great. Then you have this. All right, this is where they sold it down and they bought it up, or they bought it up and they sold it down. It's a hot mess in here. All right, Mike Tyson's famous quote: "Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. Everybody has a trading plan until they get a scenario 3 to the face." All right, we're going long. It's going great, and then it does this. Oh. Oh. All right, that's not good at all. All right, you're like, what's happening here? All right, what's happening?
Fatality.
All right, you're getting murdered in there. All right, especially if you don't know what's going on in here. You don't know what you're doing. So, scenario 3, it can be tricky. We want to pay attention to these scenario 3s because on a smaller time frame, this is a broadening formation. Okay, the phenomenon of outside bars does exist. Oh, Brent says that's a bounce. You jokers. Look at the Bollinger Bands. Look at the VWAP. I like you, Brent. And you take advantage, you know. So quickly, there it is. That's the strat scenarios. Scenario 1, 2, and 3. All right. Hang out with me at thestratsoldier.com. You will not laugh. You will not cry. You will learn by the numbers. I will teach you. So I did a lot of that because we got a new person in there learning the strat, and also I want him to know what's going on, what we're talking about. And we're at all-time highs. All right, that's another reason why I did that. We're at all-time highs. Everything's at all-time highs. We're going to go through the broader averages really quick in the next 3 minutes. Then we're going to look for actionable signals for next week and next quarter. We look at also here, this is not strat stuff. This is just a little bit of extra here on TrendSpider. Here on TrendSpider, there's thousands of tools, all right? Thousands of tools. If you don't have TrendSpider, get in the description. There's a link in there that'll get you 25% off. And then also they're doing a 4th of July sale. I'm pretty sure that's going on right now. That'll get you get a whole lot more. But hit that link, all right? Hit that link in there. And we look at the money flow index there quickly. We look at the money flow index, and what this does is it measures volume and price at the same time. Volume and price at the same time. That's what this represents. And now we're not using this to look for overbought and oversold. We want to just have a gauge on how much volume we have, all right? And what we really want is the price and the money flow index to be going in the same direction, okay? All right, same direction. That's what we want. We don't necessarily look for divergences. Tesla is not at all-time highs. You're right. It is not at all-time highs. SPY is, though. SPY hit it, and it went a little bit further. A lot of people are like, well, once it gets to all-time highs, we can start shorting it. Not necessarily. I think it's going to keep going a little bit further, and then they're going to really dump it. All right, I think it's going to keep going as high as they can get it. Once it's fully jammed with buyers, it's going to consolidate. All right, also known as distribution. It's going to keep consolidating, and then boom, and then go to the lows. Okay. And I'm not saying it's going to go way down in here. That's another thing with the strat. We don't sit here and go, we don't draw an arrow all the way down here and go, and it's going to 468. That's where it's going. No, we use these previous pivots as targets, all right? Because we know that traditionally people are taught to put their stops at the lows or the highs of previous ranges, okay? And we want to take them mugs out. I'm talking too much. We need to get to actionable signals. Bollinger, Brent. I like you, Brent. Bollinger. Dow Jones still has some room. Full time frame continuity to the upside, but it's not at all-time highs. It has a little bit of room to go. Needs to get up to 450, 150. Still has some room, all right? But this was a good week. And here's your days. But you can see by the money flow index, there's not a lot of people throwing their money in this, all right? It's just trading sideways. There's not a lot of people like really dumping their money. Same thing with QQQ. QQQ to the highs, full time frame continuity to the upside, all-time highs. It's going up. That's good. But it's not a sharp, it's not. That stupid camera. I got to get it angled a different way anyway. It's not just shooting to the highs, all right? It's not doing that, all right? But anyway, it's good. It's still good. You could still be in that. Let's look at the multi-view for the rest of the broader averages. Let's do it. And so we can see on the weeks everything, two up on the week, everything. Here's UVXY. This is a VIX product, all right? UVXY. And VIX measures volatility. You can see it going to the lows, all right? Kind of consolidate in here. But as this thing's going to the lows, you see this big spike here. You can work puts on it as it's going to the lows, while the rest of the market's going to the highs, okay? And its volatility is going to the lows. Tech, XLK sector, scenario 3 on the week to the highs. All right, taking all these mugs out. Nice broadening formation you got there. Thank you so much. All right, back to the highs. XLU, utilities, got to pay those, got to pay the water bill, got to pay the gas bill and sewage, consolidating right now, okay? Not doing a whole bunch. XLE, I love this. This was awesome, all right? To the lows, scenario 3. The reason why this is hilarious is because this started running up when Iran and Israel, the Middle East, the geopolitical pressure started happening. And me and Michael Noss is another person I've done an interview with, and he's like, watch this. He's like, there was a video of Andrew Tate talking about how everything's going to go to the highest oils because there's a war over there now. Now watch it's going to happen. And it's going to the highs, telling people to buy this, and he's like smoking a hookah or something like that. And I was like, and then this happens, and I got on Twitter and I was like, this is why we don't take investment advice from celebrities. Shut up. Shut up. Well, it's going to do it. I told you guys. Okay. But this wasn't, you could have made some money in here. It did run up. I know JJ's in the house. He likes to look at USO. That's crude. He does like to look at that, so go follow him on that. And because he will watch these things and he will work it as it goes. But hey, you cannot deny that this thing went to the lows. Cannot do it. I guess you can if you want to. But Labu with biotechs still not doing anything. Again, remember the president and the RFK want to kill pharma, so they're working on it. XLV, healthcare, come on, cure something, would ya? Possible, I don't know. It's not even a possible 2-2 reversal back up next week. It's more going to open up inside week next week, doing nothing, trading sideways, blah. Cure something, dude. XRT retail, scenario 3 on the week, all right? Took out both sides, scenario 3. And that's actually a 1-bar rev strat. If you don't know what a 1-bar rev strat is, go look at that coaching session in the Strat Warrior membership section. And it doesn't get quite up to magnitude, but you could be in that. Retail's been taking a beating. And then this is semiconductors. I like to call this shaking my head because sometimes it makes sense and sometimes it doesn't. But nice broadening formation there. Nice little triangle. They out.
Triangle they out. They will.
All right, to the highs. All right, very good, very good. That's AMD, NVIDIA, and then a bunch of others. Okay, and then XLP, consumer staples, going to the lows. All right, and consumer staples. This is catch up. This is high. This is oh shoot. This is General Mills. This is Mondelez. This is Bud, B-U-D, Bud Light. That's right. That's right. Are you profitable? Oh gosh, here we go. Yes, I am. But I get it. I get it. You got to ask those questions. Anyway, how about some questions about the Strat? Andrew Tate. What's going on, I-66? I'm glad you're here, though. Thank you. Sell 2 puts, pay for the calls on UVXY. That's right. That is right. That is right. I'm sorry, I-66, but that's how it starts. Are you profitable? Well, let me see all your trades, and then let me see your tax records. Let me see your 1099. Okay, now let me see live video. Okay, now let me see you actually put money in your account. Okay, now let me see you actually like drive to my house and show me how you push the buttons. Like it just keeps going. So I apologize for the attitude there. That's how it starts. Let's get it. So anyway, everything's at the all-time highs. I'm not seeing any actionable signals, no inside bars, no hammers, no shooters on any. Well, XLU is inside on the week, I guess. That's inside on the week, but I'm not really looking for that, really. But it's inside on the week, so we'll look at it. No actionable signals really on anything else, so we'll be looking at XLU. We'll look at it. Because that's what we do in the Strat. We look for hammers, shooters, inside bars. So let's look for those actionable signals for next week. Let's do it. Hey, Strat Soldier here. We're in the tank. We got the helmet on. We're in the tank. Let's look for these actionable signals. That looks terrible. Oh man, I got to work on this green screen. Yep, I see. A track record would be nice. Yes, you can watch LeBron James slam dunk the ball every day, and you're like, man, I hope I can learn how to slam dunk, and then and you don't because you're like, watching LeBron James slam dunk or watching old video Kobe shooting threes, it's not going to help you watching tape from them. It's not, unless you're out there actually doing the trading, actually shooting the ball, all right? Shooting the ball, doing the trading, all right? So what we're doing is looking for actionable signals. We're looking for things that can work next week. If you want to look at, we're going to go through the watch list of what happened last week and what worked and what didn't work, and then you can decide whether you want to trade the Strat or not, all right? No, I'm not asking you to buy a course to get any information. This is 100% free, and I do this show. I've been doing it for over 2 years now, and I got people that just watch the weekend shift. They create winning positions, add to them, and defend them with tight stops. So that's it for that. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's see here. Let's look at what worked last week. Here's our actionable signals for last week. Let's see what worked and see what did not. CHTR did go hammer in force. It did work and did not hit magnitude, but you could still be in that. All right, you could still be in that. HIMX scenario 3 on the week. All right. That shooter did go in force, but then came right back up. You're going to see a lot of that this week, especially everything going all-time highs. That's going to all-time highs, all right? So in NVTS did go scenario 2 down on the week. This is a $6 stock. It didn't really go that far. INTC 212 up. That worked. Hit magnitude. Okay, that went in force above $21.94 and then went up to $22.47. You're like, that's not a whole bunch of money. You're right. But maybe they're trying to get their act together here on the month and the quarter. All right, so we'll see what they want to do there. TXN, Texas Instruments, does go 212 up. That was a win. RMBS 212 up. That was a win. Quick 212 up. That was a win. BLDR, that was a win. BLDR, hammer in force. That was a win. Hits magnitude, okay? Very good. AutoZone, I don't know if you have $3,000 for a stock, but that went scenario 3. All right. We had a hammer in force on the day. That one worked. Marna, 2-2 reversal back up on the week. Hammer in force. Does not hit magnitude, but if you would have took that above $26.75, you can still be in that. All right. GPC. GPC did go in force and it came back down. It was a mess. All right, it did go in force, so I did mark it green, but hey, it was a mess. Whirlpool, hammer in force, 2-2 reversal back up. Did not hit magnitude at 308, but you could have took that. All right, and I don't know if you still want to be in that just because the month is red. All right, month is red. I'd rather see a monthly signal to the highs. HRL scenario 3 on the week. Gross. It did trigger, but it did all kind of funky stuff. All right. ADI 212 up. That was good. DIOD 212 up. Hit magnitude. That's a win. All right. See if we can get that monthly going. AOSL 212 up. Hits magnitude. That was a win. All right, and it triggered the month, 2 up on the month. Now, it's the end of the month, so we don't have very much to talk about here, but we'll see if they want to keep going on that. CRUS 212 up. Now shooter on the week, all right? So we're going to keep that on the list for next week. Let me make a note here. CRUS, we're going to keep that on the list. AVGO 212 up right here. 212 up. That worked. Took out these two targets here above 255.76. Took out these two to the highs. INTT this does go 212 up. Continuation up. That's good. SMTC 212 up. That's good. That worked. SWKS, that one worked. 212 up. Didn't quite hit magnitude, but it did go to the highs. $72.68, and the magnitude was 75, but it went to the highs. Trying to get to this wall, trying to get up this wall of woe. The top of that is $87. Okay, so you could have created a winning position to get into that. Here is TSEM, and that goes in force above 212 up above $40.49. That worked. Took out all of these guys. That worked. Sky Water 312 up. That's a nice reversal. All right, that one went to the highs. Now it's a $9 stock, depending on what you put on it. All right, buy some shares. Buy some shares. Marna 212 up. Very good. Very good. All right, takes out all these stops. You could still be in that on the monthly chart. You know, they're trying to get their act together, trying to get up to above $6.85. That's MRAM. MRAM. There you go. MRAM. Power. Scenario 3 on the week. Inside bar. Scenario 3. All right, that goes above. That goes in force above 712. And hits magnitude at 740. All right, that's some good money right there. Microchip 212 up above $69.67. We got. Thank you so much. We got Sand Dollar in the house. Thank you so much. Thank you. Marlon B's in the house. Marlon B said, here's the super chat. Thank you so much. Marlon B wants to talk about Tesla. And there it is. Tesla right up on the next on the list. Thank you so much. Tesla. For anybody else, if you if you use, that's right here in the oop, dang it, I always do this. Right here. All right, right here. If you want to, dang it, do it, stupid. Anyway, there's a little tip jar there, and there's some little ones, there's some big ones anyway. There you go. It's like a little tip jar. Anyway, and the rule is if you use one of those super chats, I stop what I'm talking about, talk about what you want to talk about, and Marlon B wants to talk about Tesla. Now, Tesla, inside on the month. We always start with the month, inside on the month. Now, normally we would say doing nothing, inside on the month. All right, now, we got 2 more days before this closes. We have a possible hammer on Tesla and an inside bar on Tesla. We want to see if this thing goes above 357.65. All right, that would be amazing. We'll see. We'll see. If you listen to the if you listen to the podcast with me and JJ, we were talking about people out here souping up these cyber trucks and making them look good and awesome. We'll see what they want to do, if they really want to buy these things. I'm trying to show this level of reclaim back here. But we have a shooter on Tesla now. All right, so this is going to go on the weekend shift watch list for next week. Tesla shooter on the week. They bottom up, 212 up. That did work, and it hit magnitude. All right, it went in force above 332.77, hit magnitude at 355.59, and that was some good money there if you took your profits. And now it's a shooter. All right, that shooter goes in force below 317.40. The first target's going to get taken out pretty much immediately, but at 314.61. So we really want to see if it gets down to 282.94. 282.94. We'll see what they want to do there. All right. Wow. All right. And if that happens, it'll be stuck in this mother bar problem here. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I don't want to call it a mother bar problem just yet. We'll see what they want to do. All right. Now, this will be a 2T reversal down if that goes in force next week. So we'll keep that on the watch list. Here's your days. The reason why this one's tough and this one was not fun, potentially not fun, because on the 23rd to the highs, all right? To the highs. Then the next day, let me turn these labels on for the kids in the back. Inside bar, and then 2 down on the 25th. Yay! Consolidation. I can hang in there, and then 2 down. Boo. Boo.
Fatality.
All right, 212 down, and then continues. Shooter on the in-force on Friday to the lows. All right, taking out all these guys. All right, and then you can see the money flow index not really dropping, but it is pointing down. All right, so anyway. Yeah, that reversal took everybody out. That first day was great, and then that was it. That's all. They got what they wanted. The buyers got what they wanted. We got a few more things to talk about here. So Tesla tomorrow, next week, shooter on the week. We'll leave that on the chart. Ford, we got a few more to go. Ford, 212 up. That was good. That worked. And then right here, American Express, 312 up. 312 reversal up above 299.86. Took out several targets. Took out this one and a couple over here. Ends at 317. All right. Wells Fargo, another winner. 212 up. Takes out these 2 targets. Still good. USB. Hammer in force. All right, go check out my ebook, Hammer in Force, at thestratsoldier.com. Right here, it goes in force above $43.60. Hits magnitude at $45.35. You can still be in that. All right, you can still be in that. Looking at the monthly chart. All right, used to be somebody. Used to be somebody. All right. Let's see if we can get back up to $63.20. Now it's going to take some time. We got to get to 53 first. AON AON now shooter on the week, but it did trigger, go at 2 up, did not hit magnitude. Now it's shooter on the week for and I talked about this in the coaching session today, a shooter counters hammer type of situation. Shooter counters hammer. All right. Sand dollar. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Sorry, Marlon B. Marlon B said I wanted to talk about Palantir and he wanted to talk about, let's go to Palantir. PLTR, sorry about that. Palantir, Snarrow 3 on the week. All right, they're starting to go, it's starting to, I don't know, we'll see if we get a 3-2 down. We'll see if we get a 3-2 down, but the entire market, the rest of the broader averages, all-time highs. Here on Palantir, shooter in force below 143.05. Took out all these guys, all right? Took out all these guys. So the buyers got what they wanted, and you can see that being confirmed by the money flow index. Here's your 60s, all right? Golly. All right, taking out all these guys to the lows. To the lows. Brent said Robo Puker on Tesla. That's funny. So Palantir doesn't mean it's done. All right, doesn't mean Palantir trade is over, but it is doji on the month now. We'll see if next month opens up inside on the month. We still got 2 more days. We got to watch this thing, but you might get a second chance to work this. Let's see if it gets down to in this level of reclaim below 125.73. If it starts working this, you know, we'll see if the trend continues. All right, right now it's just people taking profits. That's what I see. And then Schwab, CHCS, SCHW, Schwab. Give me some Charles Schwab. Marlon B says full-time frame continuity to the upside. Hammer on the, let's see here, hammer on the day. Excuse me, hammer on the week. Momo hammer on the week. Now, for Quigley out there, that's an ugly hammer. In technical analysis, they say, well, this is a hammer because this is at the bottom of the range. This is a hammer. Well, anytime we see this type of action right here, same thing here. If we see the same candle formation, we call that a hammer in the strat no matter what. A hammer is a hammer, and we trade it the same way every time, all right? Here's another Momo hammer. They will call this, in technical analysis, they'll call this a hanging man, all right? We don't do that here in the strat, all right? We call that a momentum hammer, Momo hammer, all right? So that's what we do here. Schwab, you can still be in that. Is this thing at all-time highs? I don't think it is. We still got some room to go. Trying to get to 96.27, 96.27, trying to do that. And here's your months. What's it doing on the quarter? Okay. All right, finally getting through this level of reclaim right here. This big fat scenario 3, climbing up this wall of woe on these quarters, finally out of that, and trying to get to 96.25. All right, what's it doing on the year? All right, yes, these reversals do work on yearly charts. 2, 1, 2 up above 83.06. Took out this first target, again, trying to get to 96.24, 25, all right, and some pennies. Let's go ahead and put that on the macro list while I'm thinking about it. All right, so there, it's already there. It's already there. So we were already watching that. That's good, all right? So Schwab, still good. We got a few more here. ACAM, didn't do much, did not go in force. NVIDIA scenario, it did go, I did not call this. We were looking for this shooter to go in force. It did not. It went in force and then went straight to the highs. All right, so NVIDIA, that's why I didn't mark that one green. Xerox didn't do much. All right, we were looking for this shooter to go in force on Microsoft. It did, but then went straight back up. That's why I didn't mark that one. Expedia, scenario 3 on the week. All right. Didn't mark that one. SOLV, scenario 3 on the week. Even though that hammer is in force, it didn't do much, right? That really didn't happen until yesterday. AMBA went scenario 3 on the week. That was good if you worked it to the upside. But again, we were looking for that shooter. So now we had a 313 Motor City Madhouse back to the highs there. ONTO. Scenario 3 didn't do much, right? Gross. And then Spaceballs, shooter enforce kind of went back up, didn't do much, right? We want to stay out of crap like that. And then MO212 up, came back in, gross. So what I'm going to do now is, so there's your winners. So where's this guy at? 166, execute order 166. So 166, here's you, you know, again, you can learn the strat just by watching this for free, all right? And for anybody else, you can watch the strat by just watching this for free, because we come up with this watch list every Saturday, Here's the ones that went in force, all right? These were the winners. Here's the ones we didn't trade, all right? Didn't trade at all. Now, if you want to take the Pepsi challenge and see if this stuff works on your own, that's where you're going to get the benefit from. Not by watching me and asking me and challenging me and all that other crap. Like I said, you can watch LeBron James dunk all day long, but until you're out there on the court trying to figure it out yourself, you ain't going nowhere. You ain't doing nothing, all right? You're just watching TV. Let's see here. We got man, I don't even know how to say your name. DEY, Day Wanna Day Love. Well, that's a lot. You see your name in the chat, dang it. He said, if I'm taking a weekly signal, should I be looking at the week, month, quarter, 1 year for full time frame continuity? You don't necessarily have to do that. What was one that was full time frame continuity here? I'm trying to find one that was good. CHTR was good. No, you don't have to look at that. You have more information. You have more evidence on the yearly and quarterly charts. But for full time frame continuity, all you need is the 4 major time frames: the month, the week, the daily, and the 60-minute. All right, those are the 4 major time frames. We want to know what's happening on the month. Then we want to see what's happening on the week. We're looking for actionable signals that reconfirm what we're seeing on the month. All right. And then as time progresses through the week, we want these days to reconfirm what we're seeing on the week. And then we want these 60-minute bars to reconfirm what we're seeing on the day, the week, and the month. All right. We don't necessarily want to do a bunch of counterintuitive trading. All right. We don't want to be like, okay, well, it's red on the month, red on the week, red on the day, and I'm going to take a signal on the 60-minute chart and hopefully it like turns all this other stuff green. We don't do that. There's other people that are teaching that, but we don't do that. All right. Not here on the weekend shift. Someone says TI, give me TI. So no, we definitely want to look at the month though. If you're taking a weekly signal, you want that month to be green or red, depending on what you want. All right. What you're looking for. You're going long, you're going short. Let's clean this up. Edit. So I-66, like I said, you can take the Pepsi challenge if you want. You're going to get a lot more out of the strat by trading it for yourself than watching me and challenging me. But I take it. You know, man, I take the challenges. That's good. I like it. That's good. Keeps me honest. CRUS. 2-on-2 up and a shoot. Now we have a shooter on the week. That's why we're putting this on here. That shooter goes in force below 103.85, and the magnitude of that, all right, of that reversal is 101.83 potential reversal. Okay. All right. So if this, if this next candle, live candle trades below, which is next week, trades below that shooter, below 103.85, the magnitude will be 101.78. All right. If you're going long and you only trade shares, that's push your stops up. Okay. Push your stops up. That could be a way you get stopped out with profit. Okay. Another one was Teslers. All right. Shooter. I'm going to get rid of this line. Shooter on the week below 317.50. 317.50. And the magnitude is 285.92. All right. And we're going to see, because that first target's going to get taken out immediately once this goes in force. So there you go. 281.85. All right. That's what we're looking for. Let me get my big head out of the way. There you go. 281. 89. All right, very good, very good, very good. So we'll see what they want to do there. Again, if you're going long, push your stops up. If you're trying to trade, if you're trading options or shorting shares, you know, there's your actionable signal there. Put your signals in the chat. What are things you want to look at? I know that was a really long watch list, but I wanted to show what worked, what didn't work, okay? What worked, what didn't work. There's a lot of other people that just show a bunch of, you know, they just show a whole bunch of, you know, yeah, I made this and I made that. And I mean, well, what was the signal? What was the signal that you took? Well, you know, we bounced off oh, okay. Well, I mean, I made 600%, so who cares what I took? I mean, it was a winning position. Why you got a dog on me? Blah, blah. I'm not dogging on you. I want to know why you got in that thing, okay? So, hammer on Schwab, okay? Put that on the list. We're taking the time to go through these actionable signals, talk about why we wanted them on the list, why they worked, and what we potentially could have made if you took that trade, okay? That's what we do here. That's what we do here. We're not predicting. We're not predicting what's going to happen next, all right? What we're doing is looking for actionable signals, and where we have stocks organized by condition based on the 3 universal truths, and then we look for actionable signals to reconfirm what we're seeing on the monthly chart. That's what we do here, okay? And we work together. Marlon B says, give me some CRCL. I know the Weekend Shift crew's like, come on now, don't get on a tangent. I know, I'm not. I'm just I'm not getting on. Oh man. Marlon B said, this guy's brand new. This stock is brand new. Brand new to the world. This stock is brand new to the world. They got it up as high as they could, up to 103.85, and now it's coming back down to the lows. And I talked about this a couple weekend shifts ago, how these IPOs, Sand Dollar is the one that brought this up, and these IPOs, you got to be careful, okay? You can trade them. You can trade them, but you got to be careful, okay? Got to be careful. If you made some money from if you made some money from 119.11 to 223.61, that's awesome. That's a good trade. Good trade. Even if you took if you took some profits up here at 300. But once this actually started happening, time to take them profits. All right. Very good. Very good. Give me Carvana. Carvana. We don't have a lot of actionable signals on here. I got to do a macro vid and see what's going on for next week. Next quarter, Carvana, next quarter. No actionable signal for next week, but it did go 212 up. 22 reversal back up on the week. What's it doing on the month? Doji on the month, trying to get their act together, trying to get back to all-time highs. And it's really close, 376.89. So we'll see what they want to do there. Wow, they really got their stuff together. We don't necessarily trade the news, but with Carvana, they got rid of all those car vending machine things, that gimmick. They got rid of all that stuff, and now they got like these little bongo trucks that'll come pick up your car, and they buy old used cars and resell stuff. So Carvana changing up their plans. Hymns, give me some hymns. Give me some of them hymns. I see these commercials. Depending on your age, you probably see these commercials all the time. Anyway, red on the month. Now, all right, we gotta. I see what you're doing, Marlon B. You're trying to get me caught up. Marlon B's trying to get me caught up. Talk about, let me see if Hims gets him going to the highs. Let me see if Hims get him going to the highs. All right. I see the jokes. Above $51.99. The magnitude is $64.71. All right. We'll see what they want to do. Let's see if Hims can get him going to the highs. Can you do that? Can you do that? You got this miracle drug. Let's get it going to the highs on the week. All right. Wow. Marlon B trying to get me hemmed up. Hey, what's going on? How you doing out there? Azin said, give me BBAI. 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 Big Bear AI. All right, never seen this before, ever. It's a $5 stock. Be careful with this one. If it goes below $5, it turns into a penny stock. But, hey, it's still moving. No actionable signal on the week. What's it doing on the month? No actionable signal on the month. But, hey, if you're in a winning position in that, very good. This is where that money flow index shows that the volume and the price is reconfirming the actual price action. They want to buy this thing, whatever Big Bear AI is. No actionable signal for the month or the week. We'll see what they want to do. What's it doing on the quarter? Maybe it's a quarterly signal. All right. Ooh, possible 2-2 reversal back up on the quarter. I'll think about it. I'll think about putting it on the macro list. I'm not sure yet. I got to do the macro video. Good selection. Quigley says it's a hard candle. It's a Stop it. This is a family show, all right? We don't say no wordy dirds. If you got me on the big screen, we don't say no wordy dirds. And for the significant other out there watching me again, I'm kind of funny. You might see something that's funny. You might learn something. Anyway, you watching this dude in this helmet. Who's he think he ain't even got no, where's his track record at? He ain't got no track record. Come on now. I-66, where you at? Come on now. Take the Pepsi challenge, man. So on the month, we still got two more days left on the monthly chart. So there's not a lot of, I don't know, we can dig through here and see if there's any actionable signals real quick. I'm not going to waste your time. Put your signals in the chat. We have some for next week. Not a lot, all right? When we're not seeing actionable signals on the week or the month, watch for these consolidations, all right? Watch for these rev strats. Right now, what I'm doing is going down my monthly signals chart, watch list, and I'm looking for a hammer, a shooter, or an inside bar on the weekly chart. That's what I'm doing. And then if you're a part of the Strat Camp, if you're a part of the Weekend Shift crew, I put out a video every day looking at what we saw in the week and breaking it down to a daily watch list, okay? Okay? Palo Alto, I'm not going to call that a shooter. It's pretty close, though. We're looking for actionable signals to reconfirm what we're seeing on the month, all right? Inside on the month for FedEx, it's a hammer on the week. We'll put that on the list. HAL to the lows, Halliburton to the lows, Hess to the lows, KMI. Who am I? KMI to the highs. Coca-Cola inside bar. Uh-oh. Coca-Cola inside bar. Now, we could see a 2-1-2 up, but it's red on the month. It's inside on the month, but it's red. So we're more than likely going to see a 2-1-2 down, all right? Go see JJ if you want to talk about that. You know, it's kind of like reading a rainbow. There's your actionable signals, but you don't have to take my word for it. Dun-dun-dun. Oh, man, I swear. I love it. All right, hammer on the week for McDonald's. We got food at home. We don't need no McDonald's. Hey, the way tariffs and economic prices and all that stuff going on, we all might be eating at McDonald's because they can't build bananas in the U.S. So there's always going to be tariffs on something, on real food. Anyway, possible shooter on Verizon. Maybe. What's it doing on the month? Probably going to go to the lows. Okay. We only got 2 days left in June. We're going over time just a little bit, just because the weekend shift. Going over what happened last week, the weekend shift last week. Going over time. Put some questions in the chat. Do you have any questions? What's your questions? I'm looking at Pepsi. I'm going to look at Pepsi. He says Pepsi's bouncing. All right. Looking up shooter on AON. I think this is an insurance thing too. AON weekly charts. All right, shooter goes in force below 351.40. The first target's 346.47, and the second target after that is 334.10. All right, 344.10. APD scenario 3 on. You can look for a 3-2 up on the weekly chart if you want, but that's not a hammer, shooter, or inside bar. I want to make these things easy to watch and easy to go through. Okay, in tap, nope. PEG, no actionable signal. CHTR, no actionable signal. Let's look at PEP. PEP for Marley B, Pepsi. Now we saw that XLP, consumer staples, which Pepsi is in that sector, not doing much. And you can see right here on the week on Pepsi, not doing much. But we'll see if they want to get their act together, all right? Let's see if they want to get their act together. It is hammer on the week, right? And if that goes in force above, well, that's an ugly hammer. That's an ugly hammer. JJ would not call that a hammer. Jesse said, give me Google. Okay. If you have any questions about the chat, give me another question. Man, Day gave me, I'm going to call you Day. Day gave me a question about taking a weekly signal. If you have any other questions, put it in the chat. But possible 2-2 reversal backup on Pepsi, 31332. JJ would not call that a hammer. We want to see that thing and go at least 33% of that candle formation, but I'll put it on the weekly. We don't have a lot, so we'll put it on there. We'll put it on there. All right, so what I did was I went down the monthly chart and looked for actionable signals on the week because we want to see what's happening on the week to reconfirm what's happening on the month, okay? So now we have our weekly watch list. Now, is there more things we can go through to build this up more? Yes, we can go down this. We can look through this, all right, if you want. You can also do it on your own. This is on TrendSpider. Apple doing nothing, trading sideways, doing nothing, all right? We avoid these consolidations, avoid them like the plague, doing nothing.
That's a mother bar issue.
That's a mother bar issue. Google, okay, Marlon B said he said Google. He said Google. All right, Google. And we'll maybe look at one or two more and then we're getting out of here. Google, no actionable signal for next week, but it's coming back up on the month, all right? Coming back up on the month. What's it doing on the quarter? Possible 2-2 reversal back up above 180.91, and the magnitude for next quarter will be 207.08. All right, so let's see if Google can get that.
The 322.
The 322 back up on the quarter. Okay, let's see if they do that. Let's put that on the macro list so I don't forget to look at that one on the macro vid. Bam. Okay, we'll see what they want to do. No actionable signal for next week. Possible 3. You can take this 3-2 up. All right, just you don't want the price to get stuck in this scenario 3, because then it'll just chop around in here and just be ugly. Okay, you don't want that. So be careful. Be careful. Let's go down this scanner that I made, 2 up on the week with a VWAP, meaning this looks at everything 2 up on the week. That means that lets you know they're buying it this week, and it also accounts for the price action to be above the 65-minute chart on the VWAP. Okay, so let's see if there's anything good in here. Nike to the highs. JJ, did you see Nike went to the highs? Where's JJ at? Nike went to the highs. Is it the shoes? Is it the shoes? Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat. Sand dollar. Thank you very much. Thank you. Looking for actionable signals down this thing. Netflix is at $1,323.12. Merck is not doing the work, trading sideways, doing nothing. Look at your money flow index. Yeah, look at this thing to the lows. Ugh. Yuck. They said get my money out of that now. MO trading sideways, no actionable signal. We're probably not up. Whoa, Abbott Abbott, shooter on the week, goes in force below 132.04 and could possibly take all these out. And the magnitude on that is 128.20 cents. Abbott, I don't want to say Abbott burned us, but Abbott, we had it on the watch list a couple weeks ago, and it didn't do much. All right, it's consolidating big time, so don't be surprised if that does nothing. Boeing, people are trying to save this thing. Boeing doing some stuff with China in the Middle East. It went 312 up, didn't hit magnitude, but you can still be in that. You can still be in that. What's it doing on the quarter? All right. Snare 3 on the quarter, moving back up. What's it doing on the yearly chart? All right, way down in here, all right? We'll see what they want to do next quarter, okay? But right now, no actionable signal. CRM, not seeing a bunch. Again, any questions, any other tickers? We're about to wrap this one up. Thank you so much for everybody being in here. Thank you. You know what? Thank you, I-66. You know, you got to have those challenges. Thank you. HD. No actionable signals for next week on any of these. Not that it's bad. It's just you know, we want looking for stuff to trade. We're looking for stuff to trade. All right, and then for the Strat Soldier Easy Setup Scanner, I'm pretty sure this is that's an SMH. The Strat Soldier Easy Setup Scanner is set for let's change this to S&P 500. This is a scanner I made in TrendSpider, and it is in the TrendSpider store. All right, I also have the Hammer Time scanner and the Tulip on the week with VWAP scanner in the TrendSpider store. Go check those out. Go check them out. All right, let's look for inside bars on the week. That's a lot. That's a lot of inside bars, okay? If you have this, if you have a copy of this, let me see. Let's update it right now. Your scanner should update on your side, okay? And if it does not update, you're gonna hit those 3 dots. You're gonna update it right here, and it will be updated right as well, all right? You can see that on the screen. This describes the entire scanner and how it works. I also talk about you know, possible reversals that you could look for in the Strat, all right? And how to use this scanner, all right? So that's a good tool for you. I suggest, again, like I said, take the Pepsi challenge on that thing. See if it works for you. $0. $0 to me. You're watching the weekend shift. You're using some tools. You're seeing if it works. If it works, cool. Come back. If it don't, go back to the ICT stuff. Let's see here. So there's a lot of inside bars. We got 39 inside bars on the week. I don't want to spend too much time with you guys. I want you to guys go live your Saturday, all right? It's the end of the month. It's the end of the month. We want to close out these next 2 days and then start July and see what they want to do. See how our quarters open. I'm going to be doing a macro vid. I'm for the Strat Warriors. And then also, if you look at Humana, trading and doing nothing for weeks.
That's a mother bar issue.
All these bars trapped inside this bar right here. Golly. Do you want to be trading that? Heck no. Heck no. All right? But it went above the VWAP, and the RSI says it's oversold, so it's got to go to the high. Nope. Not touching that crap. So we want to see what happens, all right, for next quarter. Terry Baker had something. He said something real good in the coaching session. He says, you know, we talk about you don't want to be the first one in. I understand, you know, and then with the quarterly charts, I understand that you don't want to be the first one in. All right, but when these actionable signals go in force on the week or the day or even the 60s, you want to be the first one in the fight. You want to punch them right in the nose, right in the face. We're not going to wait for it to trigger and then go up and then hit the targets and then come back down and maybe it'll do it again. Nah, man, I'm not waiting for confirmations. I'm punching that dude dead in the mouth. I am on the target and I'm not waiting. Shoot the cannon. All right. If you're a sniper, take the shot. All right. If you're a little grunt, if you're one of them little grunts, you're running around doing day trades. I think Quigley's a grunt. He's running around on the battlefield, jumping up and down, doing all the stuff, running around, getting in the foxholes, doing all kind of stuff. Hey, that's awesome. That's not me. I'm a tank. I'm looking at these weekly and monthly signals, and I'm sticking with those. That don't mean he's better or I'm better. It does not mean that. It's just trading styles, okay? Trading styles. So that's all I got for the watch list. So let's get out of this tank because it is hot in the tank. All right. So we're out of that thing. Man, I got helmet hair. Golly. Anyway, thank you so much for everybody being here. Right in the kisser. That's right. So you got your weekend, you got your actionable signals next week. On Monday, I put out another free video showing what actionable signals on the week went in force. All right. And remember, you don't have to be the first one in. All right. Just like Terry Baker said, you don't have to be the first one in. All right. Wait for them to triangle they out. Meaning it'll go in force, and on a smaller time frame, it'll go to the highs, and just like you saw in Tesla, they'll buy it up and they'll sell it down. And we're gonna watch and see if they do it again, because the buyers may just taken profits and they're like, no, we're not done with this, and they keep buying some more. All right. So you got your watch list for next week, and then if you're part of the Weekend Shift crew or the Strat Warriors, I'll be taking that weekly watch list and putting it into daily signals as the week progresses. So go watch those videos. Thank you so much for everybody being here. Quigley, I'm glad you had a good time. You saw the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's like this all the time. We have such a good time. They keep me on my toes. They really do. And we all learn together. That's the best thing about the Strat. We all learn together. We're a good group. And I66, please come back next week and watch some videos. Watch them all. And that's for anybody else here watching it. All right. If you saw me on the big screen and you're like, yeah, I see what this guy's talking about. Yeah, what I66 said. That's fine. All right. Again, you can watch these. We can watch these Weekend Shift videos for free every Saturday. All right. Go watch JJ's stuff for free. All right, on YouTube. And then you can decide whether you're going to trade it or not. That's up to you. There's only two buttons: buy and sell. Ask and bid. There's only two. All right, that's it. And don't be getting mad at me because and don't be getting mad at your family members either. Well, I lost because no, he ain't. Don't be kicking the dog. The dog ain't tell you to. Just because the dog had to go out and started barking and stuff when your actionable signal went in force doesn't mean you getting mad at the dog. Don't talk to me. Don't. You want to watch something funny? Go watch. Oh gosh, what's his name? Guy that owns Barstool, whatever. He started trading during COVID times, and he was always exaggerating about and talking about how stocks only go up, and he would take a bowl of Scrabble pieces and he would pull a letter out and then go trade stocks with whatever. Started with that letter. So if it was N, he's going to Neo, he's going to Nvidia, and that worked for a while. But then as 2022 came in and things were going to the lows, that little all stocks go up, the stonks only go up, that bull crap did not work anymore. And you can see him freaking out because he recorded every day, freaking out because it wasn't working anymore and he really didn't know how to trade. All right, he was just throwing money at stuff. And it's hilarious to watch. Not because I like watching other people lose. I'm just saying he was so arrogant about all of it and not really learning. But you can see him freaking out. I didn't, don't call me when the market opens. Don't call me at the open. Don't be yelling at other people. They didn't make you hit that buy. They didn't make you hit that buy button. They didn't make you hit that sell button. That person did not do that. Don't blame other people, okay? Smash that like button. Smash that like button. Hit the subscribe button, please. that'd be great. I put out videos all the time. I even put out videos in the middle of the night. Check it out. There's all kind of stuff to watch on for free. I-66. There's stuff out there to watch for free. Take it or leave it. Hey, no skin off my back. Go check out thestratsoldier.com. Yes, I have ebooks. One's called Hammer in Force, that shows you one actionable signal that you can trade on any time frame and with anything. All right, equities, futures, crypto, commodities. All right, one actionable signal that you can use to trade anything. All right, shows you where the entry's at, show you where a general stop's at, show you how to work that thing. All right, and that comes with a bonus vid, and that'll get you in. All right, and then if you're smart, you're gonna get that ebook, and then you're gonna get an email from me telling you about a super crazy deep discount on the execution course that'll show you the rest of the actionable signals. All right, and then go check out. I do one-on-one sessions. Go check, and then also check out the Combat Load. Combat Load is going to get you everything on the website all at once. And if you click on View Products, maybe you only need help with actionable signals. Maybe you only need help with broadening formations. Go check out Unlocking Broadening Formations. All right, and then the Strat Camp. Excuse me, I keep saying that, but the check out the Strat trade checklist, because we don't just take every signal on the chart. All right, there's a 4-step process that we go through before we decide to trade anything. All right, and I also talk about time frame continuity in that thing as well. So there you go. Hopefully we'll get some shirts out here soon. I need to make this smaller and move, I don't know, and then we might get some coffee cups. I'm working on it, Marlon B. And then Aaron Bailey, I know you're going to be watching this soon. I'm working on the coffee cups. This went over just a little bit. Thank you for everybody being in here. This was fun. Thank you, Marlon B. Thank you for all the super chats. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.